Hey guys, and once again I want to apologize for the messy state that my game room is in. As I said, I am moving, and if you missed out on that, you can click here to see where I'm moving to. I'm not going to talk about that today. What I am going to talk about is some awesome gaming finds that I found last weekend in the wild, as well as a series of discs that I've been collecting for a little while and I haven't had a chance to talk to you guys about. So I'm actually super excited to share this with you today. And we're going to start with my finds from going garage sailing last Saturday with Derek. Speaking of the vlog channel, we actually filmed a vlog which has gone up today as well. So if you want to watch that vlog of us finding all of this stuff and a little bit more that I haven't got here because I have no idea where it is, you can click this annotation link here or to the description below. So we found a few games that day. Derek picked up a few games. I managed to find this Super Mario Brothers Wii new thing. I actually haven't seen this little case before. I've seen this for Wii Sports a couple of times. And I've never seen this before. She wanted a couple $2 for it because the disc is really scratched. I'm pretty sure it'll play. I haven't tried it yet. I was actually meaning to go down to Pink Gorilla tomorrow because all of my Wii and console and Power Brick and all that is in Canada right now. And I don't have a way of testing this. I was going to go take it down to Pink Gorilla and see Kelsey because she's working down the road for me tomorrow. And I also found Shadow of the Colossus, a game that I haven't played. Something I've been meaning to play for a long time. Like many games I've been meaning to play for a long time. Complete. It is greatest hits, but it's a fantastic game. And if you guys haven't played this game, I don't know what I'm trying to say right now because I haven't played this game, but I've heard that it's good. I've heard good things about that one. But that was a couple of bucks, and I wasn't going to say no. I'm probably going to try and trade that or sell that and eventually get a black label because I can't stand greatest hits, but maybe I'll play it before I do that. Or maybe I'll play the PS3 remake. And then from what we gather, there was this store that just takes people's junk and then sells it. I guess when you have a garage sale and you have stuff left but you don't have a use for it anymore, you can call these people and they'll come and they'll pick up all the stuff you don't want. And we went to like their storefront, I guess, and had this baggie. And you can see it in the vlog video. It's just full of like 64 controllers. There's about 4 of them in here. It's got GameCube controllers. It was just a bag full of controllers, an NES controller. There's 2 Wii controllers in the bottom of this thing, and a something I didn't realize until after, but an NES cleaner, little cartridge cleaner. And she only wanted $10 for the whole bag. So that was one of them things where the moment she said that, I wasn't even going to try and haggle. $10 is $10, and she also had, I'm just going to shove that to the side, 3 PS2 consoles and 2 Xbox 360 consoles. And she wanted a couple $2 a piece for these too. So I've actually tested all of them. One of the PS2s work. All the rest have either red ring or they don't boot up, or one of the PS2s boots up but doesn't want to do anything. So it was $20 for all of that. If you count all the controllers and stuff, $30 for the lot isn't a bad deal. I'm obviously going to have to try and move these bricks somehow. Like, listen to this. I don't know how I didn't notice that when I bought it. So clearly these aren't going to work at all. But, you know, it was a gamble and I took it, and at least one PS2 worked, and even for $20, that's still a good deal for one of them. But it was a good thing that I haggled. And now this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Something that I haven't had a chance to talk about on my channel yet. I've actually been collecting these very slowly, and you guys might have seen in the back of my game room before I moved stuff, there were a few of these. Now, they're not records. When I actually got them at the garage sale, he only wanted like $1 a piece for them, so I pulled out 30 of the best ones that he had, and ended up getting him down, I think 15 for the lot, was what we ended up deciding on. What they are laser discs.
This is Ed. That's a CD. That's a Pioneer Laserdisc. It's like a CD, only bigger, with pictures, really high-quality pictures, and really high-quality CD sound. And there's Pioneer's new multi-CD Laserdisc player. It plays 5 CDs and a Laserdisc too. Got it? Then get it. Just so you know, you're watching the show on Pioneer Laserdisc.
Huge discs that you would need a specific Laserdisc player to play. And they're widescreen, they're higher quality than what else was around that time, but they're super impractical. This is Tron, obviously. I got Toy Story, I got Ghost, and this is what I mean by impractical. They have 2 sides, just like a record player. So what you would do while watching Ghost, I assume, unless the second disc has special features, which I don't think so, is a quarter of the way through the movie you'd have to flip the disc, and then halfway through you'd have to change the disc, and then another quarter of the way through, after that you'd have to flip the disc over again. So very convoluted, very interesting. The reason why I like collecting them, and I just threw Ghost away, and it's not the best example, but some of them, a lot of them open up like this. And you end up getting this almost artwork. And again, this is a bad example on Ghost. One of the better ones was Jurassic Park, actually. And you know, for $1 or whatever you can find them for, because they sell really cheap, it's almost like a huge, it's even just this is almost like a poster for me. And then you have the back, and then the ones that open up have the extra coolness on the inside, extra movie screenshots. I won't go through all of these actually. There was a ton of Disney ones. There was Aristocats, Shazam, Labyrinth was one that I was super excited to find, Blade Runner, which I almost missed. Derek caught that one for me. Fantasia, which I think was supposed to be Amy's. I don't know how I ended up with that. Pocahontas, I am just going through all of these. See, a ton of Disney ones. There's Aladdin in here. I'm going to put these down. Alien 3, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which was almost sealed. I thought that was sealed. Beauty and the Beast, Pinocchio. Here's one that I really like. I'm a huge fan of the first Willy Wonka movie. And I really like just the layout of this back, the few movie screen grabs that they got. It's just weird. It's just artwork that you wouldn't have seen otherwise. It's just weird layouts that you wouldn't have seen otherwise. I haven't seen this. I don't know if this was a movie poster at some point, but I hadn't seen that stylized version. I got a Playboy just because it was there. Beauty and the Beast, work in progress, which I thought was really interesting. And I mean, I haven't watched any of them, but I would like to see. It says full-length version as shown at the 1991 New York Film Festival. Here was the one I was trying to desperately go through and find, Return of the Jedi Star Wars. And I mean, this is what I'm talking about. For $1, I love VHSs. I haven't got any here because I've moved them, but I do like collecting the movies that I love on VHS, but this is so much more badass, and I don't even know why. I don't know if it's because of the huge impractical discs that you have to flip a bunch of times. I don't know if it's because of all the extra artwork and whatever else you get. And I was actually told that on these Star Wars ones, I'm not sure if this one in particular, there was extra footage that for the longest time was the only way to watch it. So there is history behind these things. There's a lot of sport. There is a lot of interesting... I'm trying really hard to talk them up because Metal Jesus and other people that I have talked to about them, like my Patreons and my Patreon chat, made fun of me because they think it's ridiculous and dumb and they're not worth anything. No, they're not worth a lot. They're not worth anything, really. If you find the right one, maybe. It's not about worth for me. I find these awesome, and it's something that no one else is collecting right now, so they're super cheap. I don't know what else to say about them. They're really cool. I like them. They're huge movies that you need to spend $1 million on a player to even watch, but YOLO. Why don't I end that with YOLO? I mean, just for me, I'm super glad to have a chance to talk to you guys about Laserdisc. I don't even know why, but it's something I am collecting, and I can talk about more in the future now that I've come out and announced that I'm a Laserdisc collector. And if you see any, I don't know, pick them up. They're cool. As you guys probably know at this point, have been editing for Retro Liberty. I've been editing the new NES Pursuit videos, the last couple that have come out, and I will be editing them into the future. The last NES Pursuit I made was half an hour long, and it was way more work than Aaron and I ever thought that it was going to be. I just spent a lot of time on it, a lot of effort on it, and I told him it was fine, but he sent me this regardless, and I've been holding up my address for a while now, which I just realized I will have to probably blur out. Or talk about, I've already opened it now. I guess I'm just going to have to blur that out. This little treasure is Aaron's favorite NES game, and it's a game that I do not have, and a game that I have not played, and a game that I have no experience with. It's one that's been on my list since I came to the country to pick up. I just haven't managed to find it cheap, and for cheap, you know, for me is under $5. I've been really looking forward to playing this game, or actually even finding this game or owning this game, and to have the great Aaron Stapish send it to me when it's his favorite game. I've made a lot of memories collecting, you know, the Zombies Ate My Neighbor's car that's all melted from a house fire, that my Panasonic Q, there's a lot of games in my collection. My Lost Kingdoms 1 and 2 for GameCube, that all have stories that I've talked about a bunch of times. And that's why I collect, is for those memories and those stories. That's why I don't buy online. That's why I go and hunt and find things. The story for this, for me, will always be that Aaron Stapish sent me his favorite game on NES, and I will see that every time I look at it. And it's something like this that I could never, ever, ever sell in a million years. But I'm done being soppy, and thank you, Aaron, for that. Thank you so much. If you haven't seen Aaron's channel, and you don't know that I'm editing for the channel, you can go watch a couple of the videos that I have made here and here, actually. I made these, I edited these, so go check them out. They're kind of like my show. It's different, it's more Disney, but it's fun. Okay, that is it, I am done. I almost didn't film this today because it's super warm out, and I've been sort of dead lately, actually. I had a headache for the longest time, and I wasn't gonna do this, but I rallied. I pulled myself around and said, no, you have to edit. You have to get your ass in that chair and make a woods good. So here it is. If you want to win a free game, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Just leave a comment down below. It can be about absolutely anything. Make it video game related. Let's just make it video game related this time. Kyle G-Man, I think that was his name. Here, your comment is here. You win. And for those of you who don't know, you don't win the stuff that I show. The stuff that I show is stuff that I picked up and want to talk about. What you end up winning is games from my little box of stuff, my little doubles box, which right now has a bunch of 64 games in it, a couple of PS2 games in it, I think a couple of GameCube games, and random other stuff like that. So that's what you win. You win something out of that. I think there's like Toy Story 2 right now in there for N64. So if you leave a comment down below and I pick you next week, that's what you'll win, not this stuff. I get a lot of people asking me for like, can I please have the Vita games? Like, I got sent the Vita games. I'm not giving you the Vita games. That's a horrible thing to do to someone who sent me a gift. But that's it. I'm out. Remember, like, comment, subscribe to win next week. And yeah, that's it.